All right, welcome back, everyone. Today was a wild ride in the stock market. So let's jump right into the companies that made the biggest splashes. We're talking surprise earnings, big acquisitions, and everything in between. Ready to break it all down for March 4th?
Absolutely. It was a busy day, to say the least. We saw some interesting moves driven by everything from geopolitical tensions to analyst upgrades. Let's get into it.
First up, we have Indian defense stocks. What's the story there?
Well, Indian defense stocks like Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers or GRSE saw a surge today because European leaders are considering increasing their military spending to around 3% to 3.5% of GDP. Given current geopolitical tensions, GRSE jumped over 9%.
Wow, that's a significant jump. So Europe's potential increase in military spending is driving investor confidence in these Indian defense companies?
Exactly. It's like betting that a pizza shop will do well when everyone's ordering pizza. More military spending in Europe could mean more orders for Indian defense firms.
Makes sense. Now let's switch gears to Titan. I saw they took a bit of a hit.
Yeah, Titan's shares fell almost 2% after Macquarie reduced their target price from rupees 4,150 to rupees 4,000, maintaining an outperform rating. The analysts are worried about rising gold lease costs and increasing gold prices affecting jewelry demand.
So even though they still think it's a good stock, they're tempering expectations a bit due to external factors. It's a bit like saying, I like the restaurant, but the ingredients are getting more expensive.
Precisely. Rising gold prices could pinch their margins.
Okay, makes sense. What about Sona BLW Precision Forgings? I saw some movement there as well.
Yeah, Sona BLW Precision Forgings shares fell because of those new US tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. They dropped up to 3%. Seems like Trump reinstated tariffs of 25% due to concerns over drug trafficking and migration.
Those tariffs can really throw a wrench into things. It's like putting up a toll booth on the highway.
Exactly, it makes it more expensive to do business.
Now, let's talk about Tata Investment Corporation. They seem to have a good day, right?
Yes, Tata Investment Corporation gained up to 3% because of Tata Capital's planned $2.7 billion IPO. The IPO includes a fresh issue of shares and an offer for sale aligning with RBI regulations.
So, the anticipation of the IPO is giving Tata Investment Corporation a boost.
Right, it's like the buzz around a new movie release, lifting the entire studio's stock.
Makes sense. On the other hand, it looks like HCL Technologies had a rough day.
Yes, HCL Technologies shares fell over 3% amid escalating US trade war concerns. The Nifty IT index dropped as well following Trump's tariff reaffirmation on Canada, Mexico, and China.
So, broader trade war anxieties are dragging down IT stocks. That's a good reminder of how interconnected everything is.
Absolutely, the whole sector can get painted with the same brush. Disclaimer, we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
Good point. Okay, let's move on to State Bank of India, SBI. It looks like they had some positive news.
They did. SBI shares surged after Citi upgraded their rating from sell to buy. The stock price rose 3% and Citi raised the price target to rupees 830. Citing liability cost optimization and stable NIMs.
Nice. An upgrade can really give a stock a shot in the arm. So Citi thinks SBI is on the right track with managing its liabilities and maintaining its net interest margins.
Exactly. It's like a doctor giving a patient a clean bit of health.
All right. Next up is Blue Star. I saw they had a pretty good day.
Yes, Blue Star shares increased by over 9% because of anticipated demand for air conditioning products due to the India Meteorological Department forecasting above normal temperatures across India from March to May.
Makes sense. Hot weather, more ACUs, more business for Blue Star. It's a pretty straightforward connection.
Absolutely. It's like selling umbrellas when it rains.
Now let's talk about Varun Beverages Ltd. What's driving their performance?
Well, CLSA upgraded Varun Beverages to high conviction outperform. The stock rose by 4.5%. Although the target price was slightly reduced to rupees 770, there were some trims to CI 25-27 earnings estimates due to competition.
Okay, so a vote of confidence from CLSA, even with some slight adjustments to future earnings expectations.
Exactly. Think of it as a restaurant getting a good review, but the reviewer mentions that another similar place just opened down the street.
Got it. And then there's Bajaj Auto, which had a bit of a downturn.
Yes, Bajaj Auto shares fell after modest February 2025 sales growth of only 2% year on year. The stock price dropped 5%, hitting a 52-week low. Domestic two-wheeler sales decreased despite a 25% export increase.
So weak domestic sales are outweighing the export gains.
Precisely, like a band selling more albums overseas but fewer at home.
Let's move to Gensol Engineering. What caused that big drop?
Gensol Engineering shares hit a 20% lower circuit after CARE Ratings downgraded them to default status. The stock fell to a 20-month low. This downgrade is due to delays in servicing term loan obligations with major lenders.
A downgrade to default status is never good news. It sounds like they're having trouble meeting their debt obligations. It's like a restaurant failing to pay its suppliers on time.
Exactly, it raises serious concerns about their financial health.
What about Geo Financial Services?
Geo Financial Services shares increased by 3% after announcing they will acquire nearly 8 crore shares of Geo Payments Bank from SBI for rupees 104 crore. This acquisition will make Geo Payments Bank a wholly owned subsidiary pending RBI approval.
So Geo is consolidating its control over its payments bank.
Exactly. It's like a company buying out its partner to gain full control of a project.
Makes sense. Now, Seniors Pharma saw a jump in their stock price. What was behind that?
Senioris Pharma shares surged after acquiring 14 ANDAs from Drug Laboratories. The stock jumped over 7%. This acquisition expands Senioris Pharma's pharmaceutical product portfolio.
Sounds like a significant expansion. So they're buying a bunch of new drug applications to broaden their offerings. It's like a clothing store buying a whole new line of designs.
Precisely. More products mean more potential revenue.
Finally, let's wrap up with Swiggy. It sounds like they had a good day.
Yes, Swiggy shares increased significantly after ICICI Securities reiterated a buy rating with a compelling valuation outlook. The target price is set way higher, driven by their focus on sustainable growth.
So a strong endorsement from ICICI Securities is giving investors confidence in Swiggy's long-term prospects. It's like a food critic saying a restaurant is not just trendy, but built to last. Hey, if you liked today's episode, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends.
That's right, everyone. And remember, this is just a quick snapshot. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions.
Well, that's all for today's recap. A lot of interesting movements driven by a variety of factors.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see how these stories develop. Can Blue Star keep up with the heat? Will Geo Financial Services get the green light from the RBI?
Only time will tell. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more daily updates. We'll see you next time.